Looking for some art? I got some stuff for you here. Would you check this out? Now, little out of season. That's why I can offer it to you for a prime price. This is called Creepy Pumpkin Patch to Uncle Brian. You know you want it? Get you a good deal on it. No? Okay. I got some more. This one is one of a kind. You'll never find anything else like it. This is Snowman on a paper plate. I'm even going to leave the little hangy thing in there. Make you a good deal. Come on. Okay. I see you like the finer things. Let me try something else for you. Now this is Creepy Google Eye Birthday Cake and Swirl with Dots. Not interested? Okay. I see you don't like the abstract or the colorful or the weird like that, but I got something else for you. Now, I don't show this to everybody, but I think you might like it. This, my friend, is Creepy Little Girl. You know you want it. What? What do you think I am? A dodgy dealer? In the game of Dodgy Dealers, each player is playing an art collector who does not mind dabbling in the black market. And you're trying to get 4 authentic pieces of art for whoever you're contracted to receive. And if you do, you win the game. So let me show you how the game is. In the base game, you're going to have 4 artists that you'll be able to collect their artworks. So we have Claude Monet, John Singer Sargent, Vincent van Gogh, and Edvard Munch. So these are the artists, and you will be able to see some of the artworks that they have made, and they are beautiful on all of these cards. So just showing you some of the Monet cards. Now, what you're trying to do is you're trying to get the authentic versions of each of the pieces of art, but there are tons and tons of forgeries. So there are a couple different forgeries of each kind. So this right here, this Vincent van Gogh, is actually the authentic version because it has this authentic seal on it. Now this one right here looks exactly the same, but this one's not authentic because it does not have the seal on the card. So if you do get 4 of the authentic ones, that is how you win the game, as I just said. Also, in my set here, I was given a little preview for the Winslow Homer cards here. These are going to be in an expansion. So you'll be able to have some more artists, and for each artist set of cards that you have in the game, that'll expand the game by that many players. So right now the base game is only 4 players, where if you have this Winslow Homer cards, this will make it a 5-player game. So when you decide how many players are playing, you're going to choose that many. Let's just say we're playing a 3-player game, so we're going to need 3 different artists. So we're going to go ahead and get rid of the Edvard Munch cards. So you will take each of their decks and you'll go ahead and give them a really good shuffle. And then you're going to have a contract card for each of those artists. So, for example, this one right here, this one says Van Gogh right on it, and it has some little bit of money for you, and this probably says, you know, please get me this, and I want this type of art for my gallery, and I'm prim and proper, and blah, blah, blah. But there's the Monet card, and this is the John Singer Sargent card. One little detail that I thought was really, really cool, since John Singer Sargent was an American artist, if you can look, that kind of looks like the top of Benjamin Franklin's head, and those kind of look like $100 bills, whereas those look like some foreign currency, possibly euros. I'm not really sure. But I thought that was pretty interesting. So what you're going to do is you're going to shuffle up the contract cards, and each player is going to receive one of those cards. So shuffle those up, and I will be collecting Van Gogh cards. Now this is going to go face down because nobody knows what cards you are collecting. So let me give the deck a really good shuffle here. Once the deck has been thoroughly shuffled, you will go ahead and give every player 5 cards into their gallery. So your gallery will be in front of you, and you can always look at the cards that are in your gallery, but you can't rearrange them until after the black market phase. So let's see what I have here. We have a John Singer Sargent card. That is not authentic. We have a Monet. That again is not authentic. We have another Monet. We have a authentic Van Gogh, so we definitely want to hold on to that one since we're contracted to get Van Gogh. And we have an authentic Monet. So we have 3 Monets, so we're rolling in the Monet. But we don't really need the Monets, but we know that somebody else in the game is collecting these cards. So it might be a good idea to hold on to this card as long as we can. So once everybody has their gallery set up, the first thing you will do is if there are any cards in the black market area, those cards are going to be flipped face down and then discarded. If there are any discarded cards out, those cards are going to shift up to a storage area. If there were any cards in that storage area, those are going to go over to a shipping area. And then finally, any cards in that shipping area are going to shift over into an out of play area. So it's just kind of a shift, shift, and shift over. And I'll explain that as we go along. So once all those cards have been discarded and shifted around as needed, you're going to go ahead and pull out a couple of cards, and these are going to be the black market. So on your turn, you have a choice. You can just go ahead and skip and not do the black market phase, or, because you're trying to obviously fulfill this contract and get 4 of the authentic paintings, you will go ahead and either draw from the black market itself, the black market deck, or if there are cards in storage or shipping, you can go ahead and draw from either one of those. Because there are no cards in storing or shipping, I'm not going to choose a card from either one of them, obviously. And right now we have these 2 Monet paintings, and both of them are fakes. So I don't really want either one of those. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take a card blindly from the market deck. So I'm going to flip it over, and oh look, it is Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, and it is authentic. Very, very awesome. So I'm going to decide I definitely want this card here. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to get rid of this fake John Singer Sargent because I don't really want this. So I'm going to place that face down into the round discard pile. So now I have opportunity. I can rearrange my gallery if I want to. Nobody saw what that card was that I just took, so I don't feel too bad about it right now, but if I really wanted to, you can go ahead and you can pick up one card and shift another card over. Now, you can only move one card at a time because that prevents everybody from just picking up their cards and doing a big massive shuffle, because you have to kind of be able to track the cards and be somewhat fair about that, because there's an opportunity for people to break into your gallery and steal cards from you. Anyways, after that has been completed, if you want to, you can go on to a trading phase. So if you want to, you can go ahead and trade one of your cards with another player. Now you can be as honest or as deceptive as you wish. You can physically show the card that you want to trade, saying, hey, I have this card and I want to trade, and I know that you have a card that I need. Would you be willing to trade that? Or you can be a little bit more deceptive. You could say, that's my authentic card, I don't want to get rid of that. That's my authentic card. Oh, I could have this Monet right here. So I could say, hey, I have an authentic Monet that I do not want. Player 2, I think that you're collecting these Monets. So I'd be willing to give this for a authentic Van Gogh card. Now they could be like, well, let me see the card. So do you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go ahead and show them the card just like this, putting my thumb where the seal should be. So be like, yes, see, this is an authentic card, and they can choose yes or no if they really wanted to trade with me. Or I could actually have the actual card and just show it flat out, and they'd be like, yeah, you know what? No, I don't want to trade with you, and then try to steal that card later. However you want to do it. Also, if you get into a real pinch, you can even attempt to trade your contract card. So if I decided that Van Gogh was just getting too hard for me to get, I can try to trade this out with another player, and if they're willing to, we could trade, and then we both know who each other is going for. So that does make it very interesting. So after the trading phase is if anybody didn't choose to take any cards from either the deck, the black market, the storage, or the shipping area, they can go ahead and try to do a heist. Now to do a heist, what they will do is they will take one of their cards, and they will go ahead and discard that card, and they will choose another player, and they will take one of their cards. And let's just say I went ahead and I took that card. Now I can go ahead and look and see what it is, and oh, it's a Van Gogh, but it's a fake. So unfortunately I didn't get a good card from them. But that does make it interesting. So now let me show you how some of the cards shift around when we start a new round. So let's say nobody wanted these fake Monets because, well, who would really want them? You just go ahead and you discard them into the discard pile. And then the discard pile, which by the way, all the discards are always face down in this game. So the round discard pile will now go ahead and shift up into a storage area. Now that storage area is an area that you can draw cards from. So if you decide during the market phase that you want to take a card from here, you pick up the entire pile and you go ahead and you leaf through it and you go ahead and take one of the cards from there. Now, after we have some more cards out here, let's just say that these cards were out and nobody took them. Those cards will go into the round storage pile. And then everything gets shifted over. So whatever was in storage now goes into shipping, and then these cards will now go into the storage area. Now both of those areas are able to be looked through, and you can pull a card from them if you decide to draw a card from either one of those piles. Then eventually cards will start going into out of play. Now these cards are cards that you can't pull from. So you're not allowed to pull any cards from out of play, and you're also not allowed to pull cards from the round pile. So there's these two decks that you can't pull anything from. And if at any point the main black market deck runs out, you go ahead and shuffle the out of play cards, and those come back into the game. But you will continue on until you are able to get 4 of your contracted paintings, and after the heist phase is when you go ahead and check that. So everybody does the black market round, everybody trades if they want to. If anybody was doing a heist, you can go ahead and do that. And then before the next round gets set up, if you have 4 authentic paintings, you just declare, I am the winner of the game. Now you can play multiple games if you want to, and if you are the winner of the game, you get 10 points. And then everybody else will get 2 points for each authentic card that they were contracted for, and 1 point for each card that was authentic that they were not contracted for. And you can play multiple games of this. Otherwise, that is how you play Dodgy Dealers.
This program is part of the Pathological Nerdcasters Network. Find more at pncn.rocks, where all the geeks come to play.
So those are the basics of Dodgy Dealers. This is a very interesting game. I love these little backstabby games, even though I'm absolutely horrible at them and people never trust me. I don't know why. How could you not trust this face? But anyways, this was something that was really, really cool. I really enjoyed previewing this game. And if it looks like something that you would be interested in, down below in the description of this video, I'm going to have a link to their Kickstarter, which is going on right now. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and help support Cloak and Meeple. Right over there, I'm going to have my Patreon link, or you can click on my logo to go ahead and subscribe. And now, I just need to figure out where I can hang this at, because why not?